He did a very good job when he was in the White House. As you probably know, he says he's innocent, and I think you have to remember that.
Hello and welcome to Off Script. I'm Bruce Johnson. President Donald Trump just doesn't get it. Today he praised Rob Porter, a former White House top aide who's accused by two former wives of domestic violence. But the president never said anything about the victims. President Trump reminded reporters, though, that Porter has denied the allegations.
He worked very hard. I found out about it recently and I was surprised by it. But we certainly wish him well. It's a obviously tough time for him. He did a very good job when he was in the White House. And we hope he has a wonderful career, and hopefully he will have a great career ahead of him. But it was very sad when we heard about it, and certainly he's also very sad. Now, he also, as you probably know, he says he's innocent, and I think you have to remember that. He said very strongly yesterday that he's innocent. So you'll have to talk to him about that, but we absolutely wish him well.
Okay, President Donald Trump. I'm joined by our panel, Daniel Lippman. He's a reporter with Politico. Amelia Irvin. She's a student at Georgetown University and a Young Voices advocate. What is that, Young Voices advocate? An organization or?
Yes.
Okay.
Young Voices is a group that works with young writers who are conservative or libertarian leaning and helps them to get published.
Got it. Okay, and Maurice Simpson with the Prince George's County Young Democrats. Let's start off here. Your response, your reaction to what the president had to say there.
So I think, President Trump, he worked with Porter for the whole year. He really respected him. Porter was a Harvard graduate, was a Rhodes Scholar, and so it was pretty shocking that these allegations came out. They've been circulating in D.C. for the last month or so. And Trump himself, he's had trouble with hiring people who have had domestic violence allegations like Steve Bannon and Corey Lewandowski. So it's not a surprise that he would employ someone like Rob Porter.
Right. Should the president have mentioned the ex-wives in his comments today?
Absolutely. I think that he has a certain responsibility to think about the lives that he's affecting with his decisions, and the fact that these allegations, they seem credible against Rob Porter.
Right. Why does he keep making these mistakes? I mean, do you think it was just oversight on his part, or was he just thinking about his ex-employee? He wasn't thinking. Why is he so insensitive to the moment there?
Well, I think that he places a huge emphasis on loyalty, and I think he feels loyalty for his people at the same time. So I think that might have been part of it. He didn't want to sort of betray someone that he sees as an ally. And
he also has worked with Porter for the last year. He's never met these women, and Trump himself, if he points out the bad things that his staff have done in their personal life or with their marriages, then people will say, Trump, you yourself committed a bunch of sexual assaults prior to being president.
Yeah, I mean, but he just can't get right. I mean, you would think that, considering this entire movement that's going on, it's not about the allegations, it's about the response. He should have taken this opportunity to, address the whole Me Too movement, talk about victims of domestic violence or any type of abuse, sexual assault, particularly, with all the talk we have going across state legislatures across the country. He could have used this as an opportunity to get in front of a big issue, but he's insensitive and he just can't get right. It just shows that he doesn't have the temperament and is not fit to serve.
What about General Kelly? Isn't it his job as chief of staff to kind of cover the president's backside? He's known about this for a long time, right?
As well as Don McGahn, the White House counsel. Rob Porter himself informed Don McGahn last year that he faced these allegations. He said they were lies. McGahn evidently thought they could go away, but then the FBI came to the White House last year and reminded them that these allegations are credible and that they hurt Porter's chances for a security clearance because he was open to blackmail if these allegations were not public.
Yeah, the White House has denied it, but one of the networks is reporting that the president was making moves on Kelly, or that Kelly has offered to resign. The White House is denying that. You think he should resign?
I don't think it's a matter of his resignation. My friend was speaking to, Kelly's role in covering. But at the end of the day, leadership starts and stops at the top, and Donald Trump is responsible for this. And so whether he uses Kelly as a scapegoat is up to him. I mean, we've seen it done before, but there'll just be another opportunity for Trump to hide behind someone else.